Yo, what's good, Spurs gang? Welcome back to the hardwood haven of Spurs of the moment. And today, we're diving deep into the Texas turmoil, the Pacific Northwest predicament, and everything in between. The year is 2026, and the NBA playoffs are in full swing, delivering the usual heart-stopping drama we've come to expect. And right now, all eyes are on a series that's shaping up to be a true clash of titans, the San Antonio Spurs versus the Portland Trail Blazers in the first round. This isn't just any playoff series, folks. This is a battle of philosophies, a test of wills, and for one of these teams, a swift end to their championship aspirations. The algorithms are leaning heavily towards the Spurs, but as we all know, the playoffs are where legends are made and upsets are brewed. So, the burning question on every Spurs fan's mind, and frankly on the minds of anyone who appreciates a good comeback story, is what in the name of Mitch Johnson must the San Antonio Spurs do to take out the Portland Trail Blazers? That's what we're breaking down today, piece by painstaking piece. It's a strategic deep dive, a tactical blueprint, and maybe, just maybe, a prophecy. Let's start with the obvious. The Blazers are a formidable opponent. They've built a squad that's athletic, versatile, and incredibly disciplined. Their front court, featuring Shaedon Sharpe and the rapidly ascending star Denji Avdija, provide excellent two-way play, making life miserable for opposing guards and forwards. Now let's look at the Spurs. They've had a dominating journey to get here. After the initial Big Three rebuild, they've re-established themselves as a legitimate playoff contender. The cornerstone of their resurgence, of course, is the magnificent Victor Wembanyama. In his third season, Wemby has blossomed into a truly generational talent, a walking triple-double threat who alters shots, stretches the floor, and dominates in ways we haven't seen since the likes of Wilt Chamberlain or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But even a talent like Wemby can't win a series alone, especially against a team as deep as the Blazers. The Spurs' supporting cast is solid. Off the bench, Keldon Johnson continues to be a reliable scorer and a tenacious defender. Stephen Castle has evolved into a legitimate playmaker and a knockdown shooter. Their veteran point guard, De'Aaron Fox, provides invaluable leadership and calm under pressure. And Devin Vassell and Dylan Harper have added much-needed depth and versatility. So, what needs to change starting with Game 1 in San Antonio? I've identified 5 critical areas that the Spurs must address, 5 keys that will unlock their potential and give them a fighting chance to make history.
Key number 1, containing Denji Avdija, the rising star's threat. Denji Avdija has transformed into a legitimate primary playmaker, a much-improved shooter, and a relentless slasher who can attack the rim with ferocity. In the first 2 games, Avdija has exploited defensive lapses, finding easy buckets and opening the floor for others. The Spurs cannot afford to let him continue to dictate the flow of the Blazers' secondary offense. The Spurs need to assign their best perimeter defenders to Avdija and make him work for every possession. Keldon Johnson's strength and tenacity, or Devin Vassell's length and quickness will be crucial. The goal isn't just to stop him from scoring, it's to disrupt his playmaking, force him into uncomfortable spots, and deny him easy entry into the paint. When Avdija is forced to operate from the perimeter, his impact on the Blazers' overall offense diminishes. Furthermore, the Spurs' help defense needs to be acutely aware of Avdija's cutting and off-ball movement. He's incredibly intelligent in finding seams in the defense, and he thrives on backdoor cuts and timely dives to the basket. Communication on the defensive end will be paramount. The bigs, especially Wemby, need to be ready to rotate and challenge his shots at the rim without fouling. This also means forcing Avdija to contested jumpers rather than allowing him to get easy rhythm shots. Making him a jump shooter rather than a slasher and playmaker plays into the Spurs' hands. By limiting his impact, the Spurs can force the Blazers to rely almost solely on other players, making their offense easier to defend. Shutting down Avdija's influence is a critical step in disrupting the Blazers' offensive flow and shifting the momentum back to San Antonio. Key number 2, Wemby's offensive expansion. Unleash the alien. Wembanyama has been spectacular, no doubt, But in the first 2 games, the Blazers have done a surprisingly effective job of limiting his impact in certain offensive areas. They've been sending multiple bodies at him in the post, denying him easy looks and forcing him into contested jumpers. While Wemby is capable of hitting those, the Spurs need to maximize his unique offensive skill set. The Spurs need to get Wemby the ball in more advantageous positions. This means more pick and rolls where he can roll to the rim for lobs or pop out for open threes. His ability to shoot over anyone is an incredible weapon, and the Spurs need to exploit that more consistently. That creates a mismatch you just can't guard. But beyond the pick and roll, the Spurs need to run more creative sets that get Wemby the ball on the move, staggered screens, elevator screens, anything that allows him to catch the ball with momentum, giving him a step on his defender. His dribble drive game has improved dramatically, and he needs to be empowered to use it more. If he can take a big man off the dribble from the perimeter, it opens up the entire floor for the Spurs offense. Furthermore, Wemby's passing has been a revelation this season. He's developed an excellent feel for finding open teammates when double-teamed. The Spurs need to ensure their shooters are always ready when Wemby gets doubled in the post. Quick cuts, timely relocations. These are the subtle adjustments that can turn a contested Wemby shot into an open three for Keldon Johnson or Devin Vassell. Unleash the alien. Let him roam, let him create, and let him dominate.
Key number 3, rebounding battle, winning the glass war. This might sound like a fundamental, almost simplistic point, but it matters in a major way. They've out-rebounded the Spurs on the offensive glass in their regular season matchups. This is unacceptable for a team with the size and athleticism of the Spurs, especially with Wemby in the lineup. Rebounding is about effort, positioning, and desire. The Spurs' bigs, Wemby and Kornet, need to be more aggressive in boxing out and pursuing offensive rebounds. But it's not just the bigs. The guards and wings need to crash the boards more effectively. Too often, they've been leaking out in transition and may allow the Blazers' guards to sneak in for easy offensive rebounds. Offensive rebounding in particular is a momentum killer for the opposing team. Giving up easy putbacks demoralizes defenses and gives the offense a second bite at the apple. The Spurs need to commit to a 5-man rebounding philosophy. Every player on the court needs to be aware of their assignment on the glass and fight for position. Johnson needs to emphasize this in practice and hold players accountable. If you're not crashing the boards, you're not contributing. Winning the rebounding battle will deny the Blazers crucial second-chance opportunities, force them into tougher shots, and allow the Spurs to get out in transition more often, where Wemby's length and athleticism can truly shine. This is a hustle stat, and the Spurs need to out-hustle the Blazers if they want to dominate this series. Key number 4, bench production, the depth dilemma. The NBA playoffs are a war of attrition, and bench depth often proves to be the difference maker. Their reserves have provided instant offense, tenacious defense, and maintained the intensity when the starters sit. The Spurs' bench, on the other hand, need to find a consistent rhythm without bleeding points and losing leads. This isn't just about scoring, it's about maintaining continuity and effort. The Spurs' bench needs to come in with a clear mandate: defend, move the ball, and hit open shots. Keldon Johnson, who's the spark plug off the bench, needs to keep that momentum in the playoffs. He needs to assert himself more, drive to the basket, and create opportunities for himself and others. Luke Kornet, who provides energy off the bench, needs to be more disciplined on defense and more aggressive on the boards. And the shooting from the bench, particularly from Dylan Harper, needs to continue to improve, because in the playoffs, every possession matters. Mitch Johnson might need to adjust his rotations, perhaps staggering Wemby's minutes more effectively. Allowing him to play with the second unit for short bursts could provide a much-needed offensive anchor. Or maybe giving a longer leash to a player who's showing more aggression and production, even if it's someone who hasn't played significant minutes previously. The Spurs need to find a way to get consistent, positive contributions from their reserves. Otherwise, the starters will be exhausted by the end of the series. The bench needs to be a weapon, not a liability. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, the Spurs need to discover their mental toughness and leverage their home court advantage. This is the NBA playoffs, where playing on your home court doesn't automatically mean you have an advantage. The Spurs have a rich history of grit and resilience, and they need to tap into that legacy now more than ever. The coaching staff, led by Mitch Johnson, needs to instill belief in this team. They need to remind them of their strengths, their hard work, and the reasons why they are in the playoffs. It's about staying positive, staying focused, and taking it one possession at a time. The pressure is immense, but true champions thrive under pressure. And then there's the crowd. The Frost Bank Center in San Antonio needs to be absolutely rocking for Game 1. The fans need to be the sixth man, creating an atmosphere of deafening support that energizes the Spurs and rattles the Blazers. Home court advantage isn't just about sleeping in your own bed. It's about the emotional boost, the energy, and the undeniable force of thousands of screaming fans willing their team to victory. The Spurs need to come out in Game 1 with an intensity and desperation that the Blazers simply can't match. They need to send a message from the opening tip that this series won't be an easy win. Every loose ball, every contested rebound, every defensive possession needs to be fought for with unwavering determination. This isn't just about basketball, it's about pride, about the spirit of San Antonio, and about proving the doubters wrong. So, there you have it, folks. 5 critical keys for the San Antonio Spurs to turn this first-round series against the Portland Trail Blazers into a victory. Can they do it? It's a steep climb, no doubt. The Blazers are a well-coached, talented team, and they have a little momentum. But the Spurs have Wembanyama, the wisdom of Mitch Johnson, and a history of defying expectations. If they can contain Avdija's rising impact, unleash Wemby's full offensive arsenal, dominate the rebounding battle, get consistent production from their bench, and harness their mental fortitude and home court advantage, then this series could very well be in their favor. It won't be easy. It will require maximum effort, flawless execution, and a little bit of playoff magic.
What do you think? Are the Spurs capable of dominating this series, or are the Blazers capable of pulling off an upset? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with my keys? Did I miss anything? I want to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth NBA analysis. Also, hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next breakdown. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.